Welcome to Miss Scarlett. Subscribe and don't miss out on Patreon. Have fun! Luciano stepped into the dimly lit office of Dr. Elena Voss, the renowned hypnotist whose reputation for curing stubborn insomnia had drawn him there after months of sleepless nights. His auburn hair, tousled from another restless evening, caught the soft glow of the lamp on her desk. He was a man in his late 20s, dressed in a simple button-up shirt and slacks, his frame lean from the stress of his graphic design job that demanded endless creativity but offered little rest. Voss, a poised woman with silver-streaked hair and a calming voice, greeted him warmly, gesturing to the plush recliner in the center of the room.
"I've tried everything. Meditation apps, herbal teas, even prescription pills,"
Luciano explained, settling into the chair. "Nothing works. I just lie there, staring at the ceiling until dawn." Voss nodded sympathetically, her eyes kind behind her glasses. Hypnotherapy can access the subconscious in ways other methods can't. We'll start with a simple relaxation exercise. Just close your eyes and listen to my voice. He leaned back, the leather creaking softly under him. The room smelled faintly of lavender, a scent meant to soothe. Voss began her induction, her words flowing like a gentle stream.
"Breathe in deeply and out. Feel the tension melting away from your shoulders, your arms, your legs. Now, relax."
The word relax hit him like a wave, pulling him under far deeper than he anticipated. His mind spiraled into darkness, thoughts dissolving into a void where time lost meaning. He didn't feel the hours slipping by, nor did he register the subtle suggestions Dr. Voss wove into the session, probing gently for the roots of his insomnia. Unbeknownst to either of them, something deeper stirred. A latent desire buried so profoundly in his psyche that it had never surfaced in his waking life. When Luciano's eyes fluttered open, the office clock showed that 3 hours had passed. But that wasn't the first thing he noticed. His body felt different, lighter somehow, and as he glanced down, confusion crashed over him. He was no longer in his shirt and slacks. Instead, a pink satin cocktail dress hugged his form, the fabric shimmering under the lamplight, its hem falling just above his knees. On his feet were matching stiletto heels, their straps delicate and unfamiliar. His auburn hair, usually kept short and neat, now felt slightly styled, brushed back in a way that framed his face differently.
What happened?"
he stammered, his voice trembling as he stood unsteadily, the heels wobbling beneath him. Voss looked equally startled, her notes scattered on the desk.
"Luciano, during the trance, you became incredibly responsive. You insisted on changing clothes. I thought it was part of a dream state, but it seems I accidentally triggered something deeper. A buried desire, perhaps. Crossdressing? It wasn't my intention."
He stared at his reflection in the small mirror on the wall, the pink satin contrasting with his auburn hair, which gleamed like polished copper. Alarm mixed with an inexplicable thrill, a warmth spreading through him that he couldn't deny. The dress felt right in a way his old clothes never had, as if a veil had lifted.
"This can't be real,"
he whispered. But even as he said it, a new name bubbled up from within. Melody. It fit like the dress did. Voss apologized profusely, offering to reverse the suggestion, but Melody, yes, that was her now, shook her head. The session had unearthed something authentic, not just a hypnotic mishap. She left the office that evening, teetering in the stilettos, but feeling a spark of excitement she hadn't known in years. The insomnia that had plagued her seemed distant already, overshadowed by this revelation. The next morning, Melody woke in her apartment, still in the pink dress, having collapsed into bed without changing. Sunlight filtered through the curtains, casting a golden hue on her auburn hair splayed across the pillow. She sat up, the satin rustling, and for the first time in months, she felt rested. No tossing, no turning, just peaceful sleep. But more than that, a sense of liberation coursed through her. The accidental trigger had awakened a part of her that demanded exploration. She spent the day online, researching discreetly, her fingers flying over the keyboard as she browsed clothing sites. The pink dress was a start, but she craved more. By afternoon, she had ordered her first pieces: a floral sundress with delicate rose patterns, soft and flowing, and a sleek pencil skirt in navy blue that promised elegance. They arrived 2 days later, packaged neatly, and Melody tore into them with eager hands. Slipping into the floral sundress, she twirled in front of her full-length mirror, the fabric swishing around her legs. Her auburn hair caught the light, complementing the warm tones of the flowers printed on the dress. It felt natural, empowering. She paired it with simple flats for now, practicing her walk around the apartment, the heels from before set aside for later mastery. The pencil skirt came next, hugging her hips as she buttoned a blouse over it, creating an outfit that made her feel poised and feminine. Venturing out became the next step. Melody chose a quiet boutique in a less crowded part of town, her heart pounding as she stepped inside. The saleswoman, a friendly middle-aged lady named Clara, smiled without judgment. "Looking for something specific, dear?" "Just browsing," Melody replied, her voice steadier than she expected. She tried on more sundresses, ones with lavender blooms and sunny yellow daisies, and another pencil skirt in charcoal gray. Each piece added to her growing wardrobe, and with every fitting, the initial confusion faded, replaced by joy. This wasn't just cross-dressing, it was her truth, emerging fully formed. Back home, Melody reorganized her closet, pushing aside the old male clothes that no longer resonated. She hung the new items with care, the floral patterns brightening the space. Evenings became rituals of trying on outfits, mixing the sundresses with cardigans for cooler weather, or pairing pencil skirts with blouses for a professional look. She experimented with makeup lightly, a touch of lip gloss and mascara that enhanced her features without overwhelming them. Her auburn hair, she decided, needed no alteration. It was perfect as is, framing her face in soft waves. As days turned to weeks, Melody integrated this new self into her daily life. She worked from home as a graphic designer, her creativity flowing more freely now that her mind was unburdened. Clients noticed the change in her energy during video calls, though she kept her camera angled to show only her face and auburn hair, not yet ready to reveal the full transformation. Insomnia was a thing of the past. She slept soundly each night, dreams filled with visions of flowing fabrics and confident strides. One afternoon, she decided to visit a park, wearing her favorite floral sundress. The breeze played with the hem, and she sat on a bench, watching families and joggers pass by. A young woman with a dog stopped to chat, complimenting her outfit. "That dress is gorgeous! Where did you get it?" Melody smiled, her auburn hair fluttering slightly. "Online, actually. It's become my go-to for sunny days." The conversation flowed easily, about weather and pets, and for the first time, Melody felt seen as herself. No questions, no awkwardness, just acceptance. It bolstered her confidence, encouraging her to expand her explorations. She signed up for an online community of like-minded individuals, sharing stories anonymously at first, then with more openness. The support was overwhelming, reinforcing that what started as an accident was now her authentic path. Shopping trips became adventures. At a larger department store, Melody browsed racks of sundresses, selecting one with intricate poppy designs that reminded her of summer fields. The pencil skirt section offered variety, pleated ones for movement, straight ones for sophistication. She tried them on in the fitting room, admiring how they accentuated her form, her auburn hair reflecting in the mirror like a crown. Clerks assisted without batting an eye, suggesting accessories like belts or scarves that complemented her choices. Even mundane tasks took on new meaning. Grocery shopping in a pencil skirt and blouse made her feel elegant, heels clicking on the linoleum as she selected fresh produce. Cooking dinner became a graceful dance, the floral sundress allowing freedom of movement while she chopped vegetables and stirred pots. Friends from her old life reached out via text, noticing her absence from social gatherings, but Melody wasn't ready to explain yet. She responded vaguely, focusing instead on nurturing this budding identity. Nights were for reflection. Curled up in bed, still in her dress of the day, she journaled her thoughts. The hypnosis had been a catalyst, but the desire was hers, deep and real. She wrote about the softness of satin against her skin, the way a sundress caught the wind, the confidence a pencil skirt instilled. Her auburn hair, brushed before sleep, became a symbol of continuity, unchanging amid the transformation. As months passed, Melody's wardrobe grew extensive. She had sundresses for every occasion, casual picnics, evening walks, even work-from-home comfort. Pencil skirts in various colors, black for versatility, red for boldness, lined her closet. She mastered walking in heels, starting with the pink stilettos from that fateful day and expanding to others that matched her outfits. Public outings increased. She attended a local art exhibit in a floral sundress, her auburn hair tied back with a ribbon, engaging in conversations about paintings and sculptures. One evening, while at a cafe sipping tea in her navy pencil skirt, she met James, a fellow artist who struck up a chat about design trends. Their discussion was lively, free of any pressure, and Melody felt a connection forming.
"Your style is so vibrant,"
James said, nodding at her outfit.
"It suits you perfectly."
Blushing slightly under her auburn fringe, Melody thanked him. It was a small interaction, but it hinted at possibilities, friendships, perhaps more, built on her true self. Challenges arose, of course. A rainy day tested her resolve when a sundress got soaked, but she laughed it off, changing into another without a second thought. Family calls from afar prompted questions about her well-being, and while she hinted at changes, she kept details private, cherishing her journey's intimacy. Therapy sessions with a new counselor helped process the shift, affirming that this was not regression, but progression. The counselor, an empathetic woman named Sarah, listened as Melody described the hypnosis incident and the subsequent awakening. "It's about embracing who you are," Sarah said, and Melody agreed, her auburn hair falling forward as she nodded. Social circles expanded slowly. She joined a book club, attending meetings in elegant pencil skirts, discussing novels with enthusiasm. Members welcomed her warmly, sharing laughs over coffee. One member, a writer named Jordan, became a close confidant, offering advice on self-expression without prying into her past. Work evolved too. Melody pitched bolder designs to clients, her newfound confidence shining through. A project for a fashion brand allowed her to incorporate elements of her style subtly, drawing inspiration from floral patterns and sleek lines. Colleagues praised her innovation, unaware of the personal revolution fueling it. Seasons changed, bringing new wardrobe needs. Autumn called for layered sundresses with sweaters, the floral prints peeking out like hidden gardens. Winter meant pencil skirts with tights and boots, maintaining femininity through the chill. Her auburn hair, a constant, provided warmth and familiarity. One crisp fall day, Melody walked through a leaf-strewn path in the park, her sundress fluttering. She paused by a pond, reflecting on how far she'd come, from a sleep-deprived man to a woman living authentically. The hypnosis had been the key, unlocking a door she hadn't known existed. Yet, as she stood there, a faint whisper of doubt crept in. Not about her identity, but something else. Voss had mentioned the trigger was accidental, but what if there was more to it? A follow-up email from the hypnotist arrived that evening, hinting at unfinished business from the session. Melody read it, her heart quickening. "There's a possibility of deeper layers," it said. "If you'd like to explore further." She set the phone down, her auburn hair catching the lamplight, wondering what revelations awaited if she delved back in. The night stretched ahead, full of promise and mystery. Hope you enjoyed the story so far. The rest will be available on Patreon.